grip and a steady eye will yield great results.
You know, as handy as a skill saw is for making straight cuts like that, this is where it really shines, making curved cuts. But I did have to change the setup on the saw just a little bit. The first thing I did was swap out that more aggressive blade for a more fine-cutting wood blade. It's got a lot more teeth to it, leaves a slightly smoother edge. I also changed the scroll setting on the saw. Didn't turn it off completely, but I did turn it down to fine. I'm a little more concerned with the cut quality here, and that will give me a nice compromise between cutting fast and still getting a nice smooth edge. Now, because this is a curved line, a straight laser line indicator doesn't help much. So I just turned that off and used the light so I can see my cut line that I've drawn on here. So that's the setup I use for cutting a long sweeping arc like that. Let me show you how I'd set it up to cut a slightly tighter curve. Say you wanted to cut a set of numbers for your house, a 6 or a 9 or whatever. In that case, where you've got a tight curve, what I'm going to do is switch over to a scrolling blade. It's a very narrow blade. It has a whole lot of really small teeth. That'll make a very fine cut, make it a whole lot easier to cut those really tight curves. Now, as far as setting up the saw, what I'm going to do is actually switch this lever to the scrolling position. And what that does is allow me to use this scrolling knob so I can actually turn the blade. That way I don't have to turn the whole saw. I can just turn the blade and follow those curves. I'll just leave the light on. I'm going to leave the dust blower on. It's real important that I be able to see the line. So I'll get this clamped down and show you how I'd cut this number.
I drilled a hole inside the number to give myself a starting place. Then I simply follow the lines in the paper pattern to make the cut. Notice that I'm using the scroll knob to control the direction of the blade, but I'm also moving the saw as necessary to give myself the clearest possible view of the work. And if you listen carefully, you can hear that I'm taking advantage of the variable speed trigger to maintain the best possible control.